This is the $6 million Bugatti Persport that was crashed by Alec and then called me to see if I could repair it.
$600 billion, that's Elon Musk's net worth, one man's net worth, $600 billion. No individual has ever reached this level before.
What if I told you that one of the world's most powerful billionaires may be paying attention to a YouTuber rebuilding wrecked supercars in a small garage? Elon Musk is the man behind Tesla and SpaceX, a billionaire known for disrupting entire industries. So why has Mat Armstrong's name suddenly become linked to Tesla, Bugatti, and some of the biggest debates in the automotive world? Just a few years ago, Mat was a former BMX rider whose career ended after a serious injury. Today, he's rebuilding multi-million-dollar hypercars, challenging elite manufacturers, and attracting attention from millions of viewers around the globe. But that's where things get interesting. As Mat's battle with Bugatti intensified, fans began noticing similarities between his approach and Elon's. Both built their reputations by ignoring conventional wisdom and proving critics wrong. Before long, rumors started spreading that Elon may have been paying close attention to Mat's rise. Is there really a connection between Elon Musk and Mat Armstrong? Why are so many people convinced the Tesla CEO is watching his every move? Because the deeper this story goes, the more surprising it becomes.
And last time I was here, I got all the damaged body panels off the car, the windscreen out, and all of the deployed airbags.
For sure, it's not the same airbag inside, but we just don't think it's safe. And that's why we can't support it.
Long before Tesla became the world's most valuable car company, Elon Musk built his reputation by challenging ideas that everyone else accepted as fact. When experts claimed electric cars would never compete with traditional supercars, Elon ignored them. When critics said Tesla couldn't survive against automotive giants, he pushed even harder. That mindset has followed him throughout his entire career. Whether it's rockets, artificial intelligence, or electric vehicles, Elon has always been drawn to people willing to take risks and challenge established systems. He doesn't admire those who play it safe. He pays attention to the ones willing to attempt what others call impossible. And that's exactly why Mat Armstrong's story has sparked so much curiosity. Like Elon, Mat built his reputation by refusing to follow the traditional path. Instead of accepting that certain cars could only be repaired by manufacturers, he started proving that ordinary people could tackle projects the industry considered impossible. At first, almost nobody took him seriously. But that wouldn't last for long, because while Elon was busy disrupting the automotive world from the top, a former BMX rider from England was beginning to shake it from the ground up. Before anyone knew him as a car builder, Mat Armstrong had a completely different dream. He was deeply involved in BMX riding and spent years pushing himself to perform increasingly difficult tricks. His future seemed mapped out, and everything revolved around the sport he loved. Then one moment changed everything. During a competition, Mat suffered a serious shoulder injury that forced him to rethink his entire future. Suddenly, the path he had spent years pursuing was gone. Many people would have struggled to recover from a setback like that, but Mat refused to let it define him. Instead of giving up, he started searching for a new challenge. That search eventually led him into the world of cars, where he began documenting repairs and restorations on YouTube. At the time, nobody could have predicted that this decision would completely transform his life. But rebuilding ordinary cars was only the beginning. When Mat first started uploading car restoration videos, he wasn't an expert with decades of experience. In fact, one of the reasons viewers connected with him was because he showed everything: the mistakes, the failures, and the lessons learned along the way. His early projects quickly attracted attention because they felt different from anything else in the automotive space. While manufacturers and dealerships often kept their processes hidden, Mat put everything on display. If something went wrong, viewers saw it. If he made a breakthrough, they experienced it with him. That honesty helped his audience grow rapidly. Project after project, his confidence increased, and so did the scale of the vehicles he was willing to take on. What started as simple rebuilds soon became ambitious restorations that many believed should only be handled by professionals. And before long, Mat wasn't just fixing cars anymore. He was beginning to challenge the very rules of the automotive industry. As Mat's audience continued to grow, so did his ambition. Restoring everyday vehicles was no longer enough. He wanted to tackle the kinds of cars most people only dreamed of owning. That opportunity arrived when he began working on higher-end performance cars, including an Audi R8 and a Maserati Gran Turismo. These weren't simple repair jobs. They were complex machines with expensive components, advanced engineering, and reputations that demanded perfection. Many automotive purists weren't impressed. They argued that someone without official factory backing shouldn't be attempting projects of that scale. Others questioned his unconventional methods and predicted that sooner or later he would fail. But the criticism only fueled his popularity. Every successful rebuild attracted more viewers. Every challenge he overcame convinced fans that he was capable of much more than anyone had originally imagined. With each project, Mat moved closer to the world of elite supercars, and that's when he encountered a challenge that nearly stopped him in his tracks. For years, Mat had built his reputation on solving problems that others considered impossible, but his Aston Martin project would test him like never before. The vehicle looked like the perfect challenge. It was rare, heavily damaged, and packed with advanced technology. On paper, it seemed like exactly the type of restoration that could take his channel to the next level. There was just one problem. No matter what he tried, he couldn't get the car running. He spent countless hours diagnosing faults, clearing error codes, and searching for answers. Each attempt ended the same way. The Aston Martin refused to cooperate. Viewers watched as one solution after another failed to deliver results. Eventually, Mat was forced to do something he had always tried to avoid. He contacted Aston Martin directly and asked for help. When factory technicians arrived, they solved the issue in a matter of minutes. For the first time, Mat publicly admitted defeat. It was a humbling moment, and critics were quick to celebrate. But instead of damaging his reputation, the experience earned him even more respect from fans because he was willing to show failure just as openly as success. What nobody realized was that this setback was preparing him for the biggest challenge of his entire career. Most builders dream of working on a Ferrari or Lamborghini. Mat Armstrong aimed even higher. When the chance came to rebuild a crashed Bugatti Chiron worth millions, many believed it was impossible. The Chiron is one of the most exclusive and advanced hypercars ever built, making the challenge enormous from day one. Parts were difficult to find, repair costs were staggering, and critics insisted the project would fail. Many argued that no independent garage should attempt a rebuild of this scale. But that's exactly why Mat took it on. Instead of walking away, he began dismantling and rebuilding the hypercar piece by piece. Every update drew millions of views, and the deeper he went into the project, the more attention he attracted from across the automotive world. Soon, this was no longer just another YouTube rebuild. It had become a story the entire industry was watching. As Mat made progress on the Chiron, the controversy exploded. Supporters saw him as proof that even the world's most exclusive cars could be rebuilt outside official channels. Critics argued that a Bugatti required factory-level expertise and safety standards. Then everything changed. Bugatti CEO Mat Armstrong publicly addressed several claims surrounding the rebuild. He challenged assumptions about repair costs, questioned certain methods, and explained why restoring a Chiron was far more complex than many realized. Suddenly, the project became more than a car rebuild. It was a clash of philosophies. On one side was a YouTuber determined to prove the impossible could be done. On the other was one of the automotive industry's most respected engineers defending the standards behind a multi-million-dollar machine. The automotive world was divided, and while everyone focused on Mat versus Bugatti, another name was beginning to enter the conversation: Elon Musk. As the Bugatti rebuild dominated automotive headlines, many fans began noticing surprising similarities between Mat Armstrong and Elon Musk. Both built their reputations by challenging industries that insisted certain things couldn't be done. Elon disrupted the car industry with Tesla. Mat was challenging long-held beliefs about who could repair and rebuild the world's most exclusive vehicles. The comparisons quickly spread across social media. Some fans even speculated that Elon may have been paying attention to Mat's rise, especially as his battle with Bugatti gained more publicity. While there has never been any official confirmation, the rumors only made the story bigger. And then another rivalry added fuel to the fire. At the same time Mat was making headlines with his Bugatti rebuild, Elon Musk was pushing Tesla deeper into hypercar territory. The upcoming Tesla Roadster was repeatedly compared to Bugatti's fastest machines, creating tension between two very different visions of performance. One side represented traditional hypercar engineering. The other represented the electric future Elon had been promoting for years. As fans watched Elon challenge Bugatti from one direction and Mat challenge it from another, many began linking the stories together. Whether those connections were real or simply speculation didn't seem to matter. What mattered was that Mat Armstrong had become impossible to ignore. A former BMX rider was now being discussed alongside Tesla, Bugatti, and some of the most influential figures in the automotive world. And many believe his biggest challenge is still ahead. A few years ago, Mat Armstrong was simply searching for a new direction after a career-ending injury. Today, he's rebuilding multi-million-dollar hypercars, challenging industry norms, and attracting attention from millions of viewers around the world. Along the way, he's gone head-to-head with some of the most respected names in automotive engineering and found himself at the center of speculation involving Elon Musk himself. What started as a passion project has evolved into one of the most closely followed stories in the automotive space. Whether Elon is actually watching or not remains a mystery, but one thing is certain: Mat Armstrong is no longer just a YouTuber. He's become one of the most talked about figures in the automotive world, and every move he makes is now being watched by fans, critics, and industry insiders alike. The real question is what happens next. Could Mat eventually reshape the way people think about hypercars, and who has the right to repair them? Or is his biggest battle still waiting around the corner? Only time will tell. But if his journey so far has proven anything, it's that counting Mat Armstrong out has become a very dangerous mistake.